Hello everyone, this is White Wolf, and I wanted to talk about giving your life to God always, and why it's always an easier choice to just give yourself to the divine and allow the divine to use you as a divine instrument, and also just giving up your worries, giving up your allegiances to distorted ways of thinking and feeling and perceiving and projecting, and really just understanding that when you let go of the burden of being a human being and you allow yourself to give your life and your time and your essence to being of service, and you allow yourself to just give your life to God always, and knowing that's the true gateway, it's a singular truth that surpasses all understanding. My truth may not be your truth, but if you resonate with it and you're allowing yourself to receive from it, then you're allowing yourself to develop wisdom. If you think I'm full of shit, that actually means that you have a lot of wisdom, because all paths and all different energies of configuration all have a reason to be here, and they all have a reason to generate the truth that is here, and how we perceive and how we channel and how we allow ourselves to get past the indoctrination of the human species and things of that nature. So when you give your life to God, you're giving your life to a singular truth that surpasses all understanding. And you allow yourself to soak in like a sponge, and knowing that you can adopt so many different kinds of truths and use so many different kinds of energy and healing and sound healing and all different kinds of different systems that align us to that vantage point of becoming God once again. So you're becoming your own individuation of creation, you're becoming your own prophecy, and you're becoming the prophet fully realized and being able to actualize everything that it intends upon and that it wants to manifest, but also wants to bring this sense of wisdom and understanding and healing and this embodiment that wants to be channeled through you, that allows you to be that source that created you since the dawning of mankind. Before Earth was even created, we created ourselves. We projected ourselves into this awareness, and we accepted all of the suffering and all the life progressions and the past lifetime progressions, and we chose them all again so that we chose to awaken, we chose to align, we chose to generate this energy again, and also to share this truth and to share this understanding that we have inside of ourselves, and that we want to be loving and we want to be charismatic, but also showing compassion. I got charismatic and compassion mixed up a little bit. But showing compassion, showing unconditional love, and seeing the truth through all of the illusions, and knowing that you're the reason why you're generating those illusions, and you're the reason why you're being perceived. You're the reason why you think that you're a body that's being hurt on this earth plane, and that's actually not the truth. It means that you're adopting this sense of resonance. It means that you're focused and aligned and has precision on what you want, but also the energy that carries you out. The energy that carries out the resonance itself, and the energy that aligns what you are visualizing, but also what you're intending upon, but also what you're channeling, what you're choosing to channel, and what you're choosing to speak about. So every time that you say that I give my life to God, I'm channeling from my own intuition. I'm not choosing to channel from someone else's intuition. I'm not choosing to channel from White Wolf's intuition, but my own intuition that is inside of my heart. Because when you're leading with your heart, you're not leading with your mind. It means you have a sense of a purified ego. It means that you're not going by how the ego feels or how you feel, but you're choosing honor over how you feel and how you're emoting and how you're projecting, because you know the most truthful thing, the most honest thing, the most dedicated and most aligned thing to do right now is to just give up the allegiances that you have to these distorted forms of living, and also these illusions that you find yourself in, or these thought processes, and just giving up those allegiances and just dissolving them and disintegrating them and clearing them and healing them, and getting that sense of worthiness and confidence to stand up against the monster that's under your bed. Stand up against the monster under your bed and know that it does not have any power over who you are. I know you guys hear me say this a lot, but the 90% is going to dictate your life, and not the 10% for healing, integration, purifying the shadow and your desires, and also what your limitations are. Trade out your expectations for appreciation, gratitude, and making things grounded and simple. We're turning it into a grounded form and a grounded essence, so that we allow ourselves to not keep projecting this false nature or this identity complex or this sense of self-importance. And you realize the most important thing is to love yourself unconditionally, is to be acknowledging of your triggers, be acknowledging of your emotions, Be acknowledging of what you assume yourself to be, and stop assuming that, and start confirming what you are instead of what you are not. And then you start to confirm, like, I am bliss, I am prosperity, I am all these things that I meditate upon, because I am the creation and the prophecy that's generating all of these different things simultaneously, because exclusion is inclusion, my friends. Because every time that you exclude something, you're including something inside of the container of consciousness. Every time that you're excluding something, you're subtracting it. And every time you include it, you allow yourself to add and multiply, and then create space so that you can create differently, which allows you to start following the excitement without having to find the excitement. And you don't question it. You don't question it. It's not like you're just giving your power and having faith into something, but you just don't question it because you have that much faith, and you're absolutely consecrated within that faith that allows you to channel that resonance inside of yourself. And you just say, fuck it, I'm going to do this because it's exciting, it's exhilarating. It makes me feel as if I have an authentic expression, because you wouldn't channel yourself authentically if you're just saying, my life is pretty good, my life's okay, right? But when you have divine expression and you have divine assistance and you have that authenticity and that fire of passion and desire within yourself to absolutely just go for it and to weed out all of the other stuff that tries to infiltrate it, because that's all it's trying to do. It's just trying to infiltrate your space. It's trying to suck the life out of you. But if you can be combative towards that, if you can be intolerant towards that, if you can just kind of nip that in the bud and just say that that is not me. I don't identify myself with that. I am not this human meat suit that I assume myself to be. I am not these thoughts. I am not these emotions. I am not this person that's looking through this camera, but I am the individuation of creation, God manifested in human form. So I hope you guys can hear me. I hope you guys are doing well. I don't know, I just had this I was smoking a cigar and I was just thinking about this because I didn't know what I was going to do for a live, and it just kind of came to me. I'm like, give your life to God always. Always give your life to God, and if you give your life to God, it will always be done for you. And when you allow things to be done for you, that means you're putting it in the divine's hands, and you're allowing the divine to mold you like the potter, but also understanding that you're giving up your worries, your stresses, your false emotions, and your false projections, and also finding the true identity inside of yourself, finding who you really are, and seeing it, and seeing the beauty in that. Seeing the beauty in how you can carry yourself, how you can carry yourself calm, collected, confident, and just let it all go. If you just let it all go, then you're done with it. And if you're done with it, you're placing your desired reality in the past. And if you're placing your desired reality in the past, that means you're literally you've just let go of the past, and you're channeling the energy of the future, and you're allowing yourself to expand upon the moment, every single moment, and seeing the beauty inside of it. You're seeing the beauty inside of it. And that's what makes it beautiful. And that's what makes the existential bliss so amazing. And that what makes it so profound is that you're having a metaphysical death so that there can be rejuvenation, so that there can be release, and there can be a renewal, a rebirth of yourself. When you have the resurrection, now you're out of the nightmare and you're immersing yourself within the daydream. And you're the dreamer of it always. So you have to manifest this dream and this vision and this representation and this expression inside of yourself that has been tucked in the back, that's been in the subconscious. And then now you're bringing it to the foresight of your mind, at the forefront of your mind, and you're developing that sense of psychic insight. That's why when you get this insight and you have something to share, that's why you immediately just share it, because you don't want to lose it. Because the container can only contain so much, and you can only share so much, and you can only just give so much in one day. But if you did a little bit every day, you would always give your life to God, and you would always be of service, and you always be of service to the one. Because when you're of service to another person, you're giving it back to the one source of creation that created you, which is the Oracle of Love, Light, and Wisdom. Because that's what simulates love, light, and wisdom. It's very simple, it's very cut and dry, and it just gets straight to the point, and it gets to the heart of the matter. It's love, light, and wisdom always. Give your life to God, and everything will be done for you. If you just let go of your allegiances, if you let go of your limitations, if you just stop expecting everything, getting muddled in the details or the outcome, then everything will just come crashing through. It will come crashing through, and you'll understand that true nature of giving and receiving. And that's what makes it beautiful. Also, guys, that's my opening for the live. And I wanted to let you guys know that I'll be doing reading, sealings, activations later around 10 or 11 o'clock at Eastern time zone. Like, share, and gift. And you can also book private sessions with me. This is White Wolf. And we're also going to be doing healing energy as well. And I felt it very strongly. I've been going back to my healing energy because I feel like people really need it at this time, because people are going through different stressors. They're going through financial troubles, and sometimes they're going through troubles within their own mind, getting lost in the dichotomy of their own mind, and seeing themselves as a mind instead of a mind-body-spirit complex, and seeing ourselves as a psychic palace and a temple of God, and seeing ourselves as something sacred. That means that we're worthy of something. We're worthy of it all. We're always worthy of everything that we want in our lives. We just don't think we're worthy of it. And because of that thinking, of that assumption, and then that expectation of how we're supposed to be, then stop holding yourself to such a high standard, and allow yourself to actually read a standard or an ambition that makes sense within your life, okay? So reach that goal that makes sense, and then go with that. Give yourself sense and sensibility, but give yourself something to go on. Give yourself a word picture and a vision. If you have the vision, then the goals and the ambitions and the resources will come to you. It will come to you. It will come to you so rapidly, and you'll just know it for what it is. And it's all being lined up for us. Every single one of us are experiencing this transcendent moment of awakening, of accumulating that spiritual mass, and understanding how to place that energy and how to implement it, but also how to share it, how to give it, how to demonstrate it, but also give wisdom, unity, and harmony at the same time. And that allows us to deliver. So just allow yourself to deliver the goodness, the goods, the gift that keeps on giving. If you allow yourself to do that, then everything will just change around you. And like this person asked a wonderful question: what is it to transform into an ascended master? It means that you're accepting the God aspects and the different archetypes that come from your guides, your higher self, your dragons, your angels. And you're representing that, and you're carrying that energy of a guide. You're carrying that energy of a teacher, and you're carrying that energy of wisdom and maturation, and you're carrying yourself and leading the narrative and the theme and the drive of your story. That means that you've accepted your prophetic nature and realizing that this is a prophecy that we're living, and we're just fulfilling it this time so that this planet can be healed at some point. So we can bring the planet greater awareness, so we can bring the planet greater understanding. And we can bring the planet what it needs and what it wants and what it desires, because we need to share this love and this light and this commitment to our self-development, and learning how to tell others to have development within themselves, but to love themselves and to treat themselves as energy, and seeing ourselves as energy. That's what it means to be an ascended master, is to see yourself as that same energy, as that same inseparability of that other person. And that you have that undying love for them because you've known them in another lifetime. You've known them since eons ago, in past lifetimes, whether they were good or bad, negative or positive, light or dark. But now it's coming into balance, and it's recalibrating itself, and there's this humongous reset of the world, and a sense of redemption, a sense of being able to have that second chance. A lot of you, and I can tell you right now that in my life that I was given a second chance, and I'm being very honest and open right now, that the divine did not have to choose me, but they did, above anyone in my family. And they chose me, and they gave me the second chance. And that makes it honorable, because you realize that you were living this lie. You were living this false reality. You were living this false projection of what you thought you were. And then you awaken into that ascended master that wants to become you. And it's just radiating that love, smiling, feeling more better, meditating even twice a day if you have to. It doesn't matter if you have to drink 6 cups of coffee if you have to do it, but just do it and force yourself to do it and make yourself dedicate yourself to something greater. And if you allow yourself to dedicate yourself to something more greater, to more transcendent, and be thankful for what you have and have gratuity, then the things will fall into place and things will start to get easier. But it takes some hard work and it takes some dedication. But when you have that dedication within yourself, then you realize that you're not late and you're never early. You're right on time and right on schedule, and meaning you're dissolving the fear of death and time and unhealed child trauma, because you realize that none of those things have a direct effect over how you feel throughout the day, because you learn how to control it. But if it needs to be healed and it needs to be allowed and acknowledged, then you do that, and then you get on with your life and you just get past it, but you don't dwell in it. Because most human beings, what they do is that they dwell within their sadness or their suffering or their unhealed trauma. They dwell in it. Instead of dwelling, you move on past it. You get past the phase. You get past the integration. You get past the healing itself. And then once you get past it, it leads to more learning. It leads to more reflections. It leads to more growing and giving and receiving. And then that's what the beautiful thing is. It's not about yourself, but it's about others, and giving your life to God so that you can help others, because you are giving your power to the source of creation that created you once again. And just think of it in that light, because it changes the flavor of it always. It changes everything. It changes how you feel. It changes how you grow. It changes the very fact that you're embracing the change itself. If you're able to embrace the change, you will always go where you're needed and where the energy is pulling you to, because you are a magnetic force that is an electromagnetic kinetic source energy that's pulling everything into your vibration. And you know yourself fully, and you don't sway in it, you don't question it, you don't find reasons. And it's kind of forcing yourself to answer a question. Because when you get asked a question and you're not sure, and this happens to me, it's like, what do you want for dinner? And I'm like, I don't know. I don't know what I'm going to cook, right? But if you said, I want turkey burgers with tater tots, and you didn't think about it, and you just answered it, and you just went right there to the precipice where it didn't give you time to think, if your life depended on it, you're just like, I just want those turkey burgers and tater tots. And you wouldn't even think about it, and then that's just what you would have. I'm not saying that you don't have choice or that you should just be a yes man, like Jim Carrey in that movie. Don't be a yes man, but just kind of be less indecisive and less tolerant over certain configurations of energy or certain systems or certain ways of thinking. And just be less tolerant of it, and just don't tolerate that shit, right? You just want to stop tolerating it, and you don't want to keep giving your power away to that source of creation. And express yourself how you want to express yourself. I'm literally in a t-shirt and a hat, and just express yourself how you feel the need to express yourself. And that's what makes it beautiful. Because everybody's different. Everybody is following their own path. And just because I do healing energy and meditations does not mean you have to do that. But that's my point with this entire message. Do what you need to do. If you need to say, fuck you, White Wolf, I don't want to do that, and say, just say that. Because then that's you not just listening to me. If you need to say, like, White Wolf, you're full of shit, because then you're following your own way of living and adding value to your life, because you're excluding what I'm saying and including what you want. That's what you're doing. That's adding value to your life. And you're not just using my truth, but if you can use my truth in a way and implement it and things of that nature, but I'm taking the focus off of myself so that you're looking at yourself and empowering yourself with that, because I'm reflecting back to you to take the focus off myself so that you look at yourself, because that is a purified reflection. And if someone is giving you a psychic reading, or if they're at a retreat, they should demonstrate that with certain explanations that allow you to be reflected, and they give you a sense of understanding. It's not a full-fledged answer, because we don't always get the full-fledged answer. But then you get that reflection, and you get confirmation and validation of what you're feeling. And if I can reflect to you, that takes the focus off of myself, but allows you to see the Spirit of God within myself. And then you see the Spirit of God within yourself. And then you allow yourself to empower yourself by me reflecting back to you. And then you look at me and you're seeing the eyes of God, but you're also seeing the eyes of God reflected back to yourself. And you're looking into that beautiful deep water horizon, and that we're all an unfinished product. We're all a beautiful painting that's just being manifested into this creation, right? So everybody's a Mona Lisa. Everybody is a Da Vinci. Everybody is a person that wants to do great things. You don't want to live a mediocre life, and you don't want to settle for less, and you don't want to wait on someone to give you a permission slip. So give yourself the permission slip. Give yourself the permission slip. Just give yourself the permission to say, this is what I want to do with my life. This is what I want. This is what I desire. This is how I want to manifest my future here and now. And how can I just give up the allegiances, give up the thoughts or the emotions that are not in vibrational alignment with who I am, and just give it up for a second. And then you see that all of that anxiety or negative thoughts, and this happens in the morning a lot. You wake up in the morning, you had a weird dream, and then bam, bad thoughts, patterns, cycle, reputation of how you've been living for 30 or 40 years. And then in an instant, you can just stop that, because you know that you can end suffering and you don't have to live there or stay there. And then in an instant, you just get on top of it and you're like, nope, nope, nope. I send that back to the light. I send light language there. I send the energy back there, and I put everything in a ball of energy and I send it back to the sun, because I don't want that infiltrating who I am. Because that's authority. That's staying grounded in what you want to become and what you want to do. And that's what makes it powerful and beautiful. Now, I see a lot of you guys, and I see your guys' comments. Thank you for saying that. So also, guys, I'll be going live doing readings, healings, activations. And also, you can book private sessions with me. Book a time, date, and day. It's $70 for 1 hour, $60 for an hour for healing, activation codes, downloads, etc., and $30 for 40 minutes and things of that nature. So also, I'm Eastern time zone. So just connect with me on TikTok, and you can find me on Instagram, whitewolf4741, and YouTube, whitewolftheoracle. And you can email me on my TikTok page, because it'll be maybe easier for you. Whatever's easier for you. I usually just send my phone number, and it's easy for you guys to connect. But we're going to be doing some healing energy, because I feel like people needed to hear this message. And I felt it strongly within my heart. And I even needed to hear this message that I'm delivering. Because when we allow ourselves to give ourselves to what makes us passionate, what makes us fulfilled, what makes us try to emulate that love and that light within ourselves, then we're just becoming it. We're just fulfilling that desire, and we're making it pure, and we're coming from the heart and not the mind, because that is an unconscious ego, and that's not a purified ego. But when you're coming from your heart, it resonates, it floods your being, and you know that's the ultimate truth, and it's a singular truth that surpasses all understanding. And it doesn't matter if someone else does not resonate with it, but the only thing that matters is that you resonate with it. It's simple as like saying that you think that Santa Claus is real, and then someone else is like, I don't feel like Santa Claus is real. But then you don't have a reaction to it. But then you're like, I know that Santa Claus is real, so I don't need to argue that, or I don't need to be divisive in that way or negative in that way, because I know that Santa Claus is real, or that I know that I'll get everything that I want and that I desire. I know that the divine has me in the palm of their hand. I know that my destiny is fulfilled already, so I don't need to do anything anymore to try to contradict it. and that's what makes it beautiful. So we're going to be doing healing energy. So if you want to take part in this healing energy and receive this healing energy, thank you for 6,000 likes. I really, really appreciate it. And also, everybody take a deep breath as well. So everybody take a deep breath and allow yourself to ground deep within the earth. So we're going to ground into the earth, and we're going to call in some angels and some dragons and some prophets as well. Just allow yourself to breathe. So ground, 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 ground. Archangels of love and light, who's one that cleanses of our auric field, tapping into God's source energy and the great I am, diving deep into Middle Mother Gaia Earth, northeast, south, and west. And we're also going to be calling in the magenta dragon, because this is the 12th dimensional dragon, and also this is a dragon that helps you with your density of consciousness, but also to embody your chakras and to embody your truth and own your truth. So we're going to channel the magenta dragon as well, and allow the magenta dragon to breathe a fiery flame of protection around us. And Jesus is going to give you guys a heart activation as well. And the Apostle Paul is putting a loving green and gold energy into the causal chakra as well. Archangel Michael is helping with the ear canals and the nasal canals. And also a throat chakra from Archangel Michael is very present as well. And we're also going to tap into the peacock's energy. The peacock is a sign of renewal, of rebirth, of rejuvenation, and new beginnings. So allow the peacock to allow you to attract future manifestations. And also develop a different state of mind, a different state of body, and just kind of owning your truth, owning your resonance, and owning yourself, and giving yourself that moment of empowerment. So we're doing the Kundalini energy as well. So you're going to feel a slight abruption of release. It's going to be spontaneous, a spontaneous combustion, but then there's going to be rejuvenation within yourself. It's going to be very quick and very intense. So allow yourself to receive it. And we're also going to tap into the energy of the unicorns. The unicorns help us with our inner child, our creativity, but also with other ways of promoting wealth. And they allow us to be comfortable within our divine skin as well. And also you're going to be clearing negative thought processes as well. And what we're going to do with this healing energy and these activations and clearings is that we're just going to give ourselves to God in this moment. Just give your life to God. Give up the negative allegiances, the people, places, and things that are just hindrances, and also place boundaries, be non-attached, and allow yourself to develop the sense of letting go. Just let go, just open up, and just be pure about your vibration. Be pure about your desires, about your passions. And just allow yourself to develop that authority and that confidence and that boldness to really just exclude what you don't need and dissolve assumption, dissolve false projections, and also a false identification of the I Am Presence. And just allow the river of Source to be poured into your hands. And let's just take a drink of the river of Source for purification, to see ourselves like water. Be like water, my friends. Have a chakra recalibration as well. And we're also going to channel our galactic chakras, which are in the quantum realm, to tap into our extraterrestrial bloodlines and the absolute reality where we tap into our angelic bloodlines. And understanding that we are the individuation of creation that created ourselves eons ago. That we are the source of creation that contains everything inside of its own awareness, inside of its own consciousness, as a living, breathing vortex, as a living, breathing organism of the I Am Presence. That changes its configuration, that's positionless, that's omnipresent in every way. And when you give your life to God, you are set free from the chains that were binding you. You are gifted freedom. You are gifted a second chance. You are gifted redemption, and to have a brand new life. Just make the most of this second chance, this brand new life, getting past that dark night of the soul, and just embracing the light body inside of yourself. Embrace the God that wants to be channeled through you, and fully rejoice in the Shekinah glory of God's source energy in the great I Am, diving deep into Middle Mother Gaia Earth, which is the human manifestation, the individuation of God, which is the oracle of Loveline Wisdom, Elevate the energy, rise up, reciprocate, remember, come into balance, and just become it now. So I hope that was very powerful for you guys. And I hope that it blessed you. And just know that this whole message was just about seeing the beauty in God in ourselves, seeing the beauty in our life, seeing the beauty in God in everything, and seeing it as a representation and an example of what we're supposed to become. Also, guys, you can book private sessions with me. I have Cashapp, whitewolftheoracle. It's 1 hour for $70 sessions for readings, healings, activations, and also $60 for readings, healings, activations. I'm coming off the live, so the $70 was for a reading, and the $60 was for healings, activation codes, downloads, and 30 minutes for $40. So if you want to do that as well. And paypal.me, Jacob Dylan Wolf, but please refer to me as White Wolf. I would really appreciate it if you guys would. I might even change my governmental name to that one day. I'm thinking about it. And also, I just want to let you guys know that I appreciate you. I love you guys. I'm honored to be of service to you guys, and you guys are the reason why I do all of what I do. I do it because the universe wants me to do it, but I do it because God wants me to do it, and that I'm trying to be as accessible as I can be right now. I'm trying to be as accessible because one day I won't be, and I want to be of service in the way that I can at this point. So I will be thinking of so many different things. I'll be thinking of doing other different things and just ideas that come to me. And also later on tonight, I'll be going live doing readings, healings, activation codes, downloads around 10 or 11. And I'm probably going to be finishing my cigar here. And I just wanted to really give you guys a shout out. And I wanted to let you guys know that if you contacted me and I contacted you, that I will get back to you. And I just want you guys to know that it's your journey that's important in your self-development. And it's just for you to tap back into source, come back into balance, and find yourself. That's what it's really meant for. It has nothing to do with me. But if I can be the reason why you find yourself, then I will always try to do that. But no, I just have so much love, so much light within everything that I do, and you guys just make it happen. It's the people that we are of service to is the one thing that I would like to end this live with. It's the people that we are of service to that makes this beautiful, that make this courageous, that make this honorable, and we demonstrate that living by example, living by a living representation of God's source energy. It has nothing to do with how cool you are or how amazing you are, but it's taking the focus off of yourself so that you can reflect God into everything that you create, so you can allow another person to create. And that's what's beautiful. So I want to thank you guys. Book private sessions with me. Just contact me on TikTok and things of that nature. Let me know. Book a time, date, and day. I'm Eastern time zone, and $70 for 1 hour. $60 for healing, activation codes, downloads, etc., and $30 for 40 minutes. Oh, the waterworks are coming, huh? Oh, that's great. Well, and if you don't get anything from this message, just know how worthy you are. Add value to your life. Exclusion is inclusion, and how much you add to the container of consciousness, always. And that you can always be filled with spirit. You can always be filled with light. You can always be filled with everything that you can become. There's never a limitation. Don't let anybody tell you that there's a limitation to what you can become. So thank you guys. Namaste and God bless.